Greetings, everyone. This is Jed Shlackman. I'm a spiritual counselor and holistic healer. And in this particular video clip, I'll be doing a book review. And this is my feedback on a book called Spirit Hacking. Here's the book. So it's authored by Shaman Durek. Shamanic Keys to Reclaim Your Personal Power, Transform Yourself, and Light Up the World. And there's a picture of the author. So this is a book that goes into shamanism and a lot of the basic metaphysical ideas, concepts, and practices that are part of shamanism. It's his particular perspective or viewpoint about some of those particular issues. So not every shaman you talk to will see everything exactly the same way. However, there will be a lot of commonality and similarity since the roots of shamanic traditions tend to go back into ancient cultures, and there's a lot of overlap in the philosophies and practices. So in this book, Shaman Durek is focusing not only on sharing these ideas, these concepts about shamanic philosophy and traditions, but he's also giving the readers some specific practices that they themselves can apply in their own personal lives. So my look at this book is one where I see it's from an experienced shaman who has kind of an irreverent attitude about some things. And the book is meant, in a sense, to be a wake-up call for people to break free from the programming that has kept us individually and collectively stuck in limitation and victimization, so that we can embrace our true essence and potential as spiritual beings. Shaman Durek has a lifetime of diverse experiences that have helped shape his path and lead him to become a knowledgeable and powerful healer and spiritual teacher. The book shares a good number of stories of his personal challenges and revelations, as well as anecdotes about clients and students of Shaman Durek. I won't go here into a lot of detail about his personal biography. You can read the book to discover more about that. I found that the writing style is easy to follow and good at explaining some deep psychological and metaphysical issues. The book often uses lingo and metaphors that are suitable for younger generations. The idea of the matrix is a theme of this book, where the matrix represents the constrictive programming of the external world and society, which keep us stuck in darkness, fear, insecurity, density, and separation. This is not seen, however, as bad or wrong, but rather as something that we have chosen as spirits to immerse ourselves in for the purpose of self-exploration and refinement. Shaman Durek says that the earth is a place for refinement rather than perfection. This book, in my view, is akin from the from the perspective I'm looking at it to Gabrielle Bernstein's book Spirit Junkie, where in that book she was teaching a lot of the spirituality of A Course in Miracles using kind of this no-nonsense, very youth-friendly approach. So Shaman Durek is using somewhat of a similar type approach in how he relates shamanic teachings and ideas to younger generations. So there's a lot of pop culture type lingo, like I mentioned, like using the matrix. Also, he uses the phrase to get lit, which means to be kind of spiritually lit up. And I find that this is a useful approach. It doesn't get too dry. It's something that people will more easily relate to. If there's a weakness to Shaman Durek's writing, it may be that he is sometimes overly irreverent and condescending towards some mainstream New Age spiritual ideas. For example, he frowns upon the power of now from Eckhart Tolle, and he does this based upon the understanding that everything is in constant movement, and the moment that you perceive a now, it has actually passed by. He also denounces the common idea of forgiveness as a duality-based construct where people are still attaching to the idea that something bad or wrong happened and someone hurt them, rather than truly letting go and fully embracing all of life as serving one's spiritual evolution. From the shamanic perspective that he's teaching, everything in life is ultimately there to serve our evolution. So ultimately nothing is bad or wrong. It's all part of this spiritual growth process. So while his points are valid, I think he could have pointed out how those teachings that he's kind of putting down are actually useful transitional ideas for people who haven't yet reached the shamanic level of understanding of the nature of life and reality that he is sharing. Shaman Durek covers many key subjects and also looks at the state of the collective consciousness of humanity, describing what he calls a blackout that's occurring in the collective right now, where individual and collective darkness or shadow issues are being brought to the surface with an opportunity to heal them and make a quantum leap toward a positive type of new age, which he calls the giant age, rather than a new age or golden age. The book has some practical shamanic exercises to help cultivate attention, awareness, and personal power. The lessons are geared toward helping the readers with mastering one's own consciousness rather than being a programmed bobblehead, as he puts it, a person kind of thoughtlessly conforming to the matrix and the matrix agenda or purpose for itself, which is to keep people in fear, separation, and endless consumption. This is a book to read carefully and digest fully. It has a lot of empowering insights, and it shares the author's views about shamanism and our society. It has similarities to some other books that I've read by other pioneering writers who address shamanism, spirituality, and the dense constructs of modern civilization. So it's a book that I would definitely recommend. It has some pretty valuable insights that I think can help many of us move forward on our spiritual journey. In particular, insights that help us with our own personal healing process and integration and overcoming being stuck in a victim type of consciousness. So for those that are interested in spirituality, healing, and personal growth, you're invited to view some more of my videos, and you can also visit my website, which is phinsights.com. That's phinsights.com. For now, I'd like to wish each of you a wonderful day. Namaste.